Hey, hello. Welcome back to Porch Talks. It's been a hot minute, 2 years, since I recorded something. Um, but I wanted to reach out and finally post something. It's been ages, and I don't know when the next post would be, but I figured, why not now? Lots changed in that time. COVID came, and still around, but now we're back to work and whatnot. I still do professional game mastering, start playing. I love what I do. I love my players and everything. But I've been struggling just as much as everybody else, I imagine. But everyone's struggle's different, unique. One of the things I think you can notice from my last video is I've gained some weight. What happened was after I was about like a year and a half, 2 years into COVID or something like that. I finally caught it. I got sick, and I was pretty sick. But ever since I had it, my stomach was probably already damaged at some point. But probably from college when I was drinking energy drinks trying to make it through. I became lactose intolerant, which apparently can happen at any age. So that's always something to look forward to, I guess. Sorry, that was a bad joke. But I'm also worried now if maybe I'm gluten intolerant. I'm not sure. But it's just kind of spun my world upside down. And I've always been skinny. I've always been insulted, bullied, and picked on, and always brushed it off. I was always skinny. What else was I going to do? And now that I'm something else, I mean, I know there's a lot of people out there who are a lot worse. I'm not that bad, but I don't know. It changed my perspective of my body and my self-image, my self-confidence, and so it's thrown me for a loop. I feel weird. Like I'm uncomfortable in my own skin, and I work out. I work around the house. I do stuff. I try to stay physically active. And I just think like what they always told me when I was growing up. One day your metabolism's gonna catch up to you. Me. And I was just like, okay, all right. I mean, I made it for like 30 some odd years being that same skinny. I'm sure I could still get back to being that skinny. But I don't know how to feel about this part. So it's been something I've been working on. It's just been a very strange time. And right now, the world is in not a very pleasant place for people to grow. Everything's so polar opposites of each other. Politics, the economy's, inflation's a mess. You know, it must be hard for anyone, myself included, who's just trying to grow and to make something of anything, of nothing. Make something of yourself. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard not to feel like the system's against you. A little bit. Yeah, you can't say that it's not. You know. But we hang in there. We keep going day through day in. But I've been noticing, like it kind of brings up that whole spiel of, because what happens is, because of that, people get desperate. You got to put food on the table. Got to want to have a house to live in. You want to be able to do even the basic necessities, and it's becoming a struggle. And so do you blame the person who is desperate, who does something desperate, like a thief that steals bread from a food cart? Or the city that failed the thief to provide them food. in our world, the thief is the one that always gets punished, where the city or whoever, just a slap on the wrist. So people are resorting to more desperate means to acquire things, to get whatever they need to make money. And so we now, with the digital age, it's bigger than ever before. Information is easily accessible. I having a VPN now. Before I didn't think anything of it, but people can now get your IP address, go into your computers, and take all your information, your notes, your creative ideas, and then sell them or rehash them and sell them to someone else. It's really messed up. Really, really messed up. And those are the people who are really hurting artists and creative people the most. Are the people who hide in the shadows, pretending to be friend or friendly, getting information from other people and taking it and using it to stealing it and using it for their own reasons. And I'm not just saying like, being inspired. There's a difference in being inspired and literally taking somebody else's stuff. If I wrote up Lord of the Rings and I just put a different name on it, I'm not inspired. I'm stealing. But yeah, now imagine that information that you're stealing from somebody, or that a person could steal from someone, could force someone into being that thief that steals for bread, right? Like, you're taking somebody else's well-being, job, whatever, what they need to survive away from them. It's really sad. And the funny part is, right now, people are up in arms about AI. AI are taking artists' jobs away. AI are doing all this stuff. I don't think a lot of people realize that when they post art and stuff to forums, a lot of those forums are public. Instagram is a public domain. Facebook, it's pretty much a public domain. You gotta look at the fine print. Once you post your art to those sites, they can do whatever they want with it. So if AI, just one of the third-party vendors for those sites, they're gonna take your art for free because you posted it there. You gave them permission. And I feel like a lot of artists didn't read the fine print. They assumed that it was just a social media site and they could post whatever they want. No. It's like taking photos in the middle of the street. It's public land. If you're in the street, you're on public property. So you can take photos from the street, wherever the street is. But once you step off the street and it's on private property, you can't use those photos. It's that simple. And that was something, actually, when I went through art school, they didn't teach. I had to find that. I had to learn that myself. I had to learn contract law myself because they didn't have a course for it, nor did they ever cover it in any of my classes. And that blew my mind. Image use law, image use contract. If you're going to have a model, if you're going to have people involved, you need to protect yourself as a photographer and as the client, as the person who the model. That contract is not just for one of you, it's for both of you. Sorry, my little soapbox talk about contract law and art. I guess what I'm saying is that AIs are nothing to be worried about. That's just a new tool in the system. Any artist worth their salt, they know they need to work with the system than against it and learn it. Just like when Photoshop came out, just like when everything else came out, all the new tools and digital rendering came out. Those are all new tools in a bag of tricks. All just new tools. You gotta adjust, or that's just it. People who go into other people's IP addresses, people who go through backdoor digital stuff to steal content, to steal work, to steal ideas, information from others. Those are the real crooks, the real criminals, the people who really need to be locked away and to be boycotted. Because you had a choice. You could help. You could be supportive. You could be a good person. But instead you're choosing to steal. Choosing to steal from people. The AI, it's just taking from public sources. It's just taking from what's accessible to it. People are what the AI is able to access. If they don't have rights to it, they probably won't be able to set access to it. Now, if there's an breachment in that, then that's different. But that's on the person's fault. The AI is just doing what it's told to do. Gather all the source data and compile it until we have an operating system of what we can request you to do something and you can pull from it. But if it's not given access by a person or by someone, administrator, to say you don't access this, then it won't access it. But if it said, yeah, grab it, it's going to grab it. I don't know. That's the AI art concept. I am sorry if I've offended anyone or offended any AIs, but I'm just trying to say, like, there's a person, right? There's a team and admins, there's teams of people who are there to set the limits or controls for any AI to capture and grab stuff. Now, if it's grabbing too much, like I said, your issue isn't with the AI, it's with the management of the AI. That's the only distinction I'm trying to say is if there's a reason to be upset or someone to be upset with about it, it's the management of it. It's just another tool, like I said, just like Photoshop. It's just going to be another tool in an arsenal of things for artists. And real artists, they're out there, they're making something that's unique to them and they're following their hearts. And there's no way any AI will ever compete with it because it's not human. It's that simple. And the reason why I can say that is I studied it. And you can look up the information about the uncanny valley, how there's a huge drop-off in digital recognition of human viewpoints versus robotic, CGI, digital, and where there's a huge drop-off. Now, eventually, that will probably smooth out some as time gathers on and people become more robotic themselves in life. We get more augmented parts, we grow up, we get huge, massive, and go to space. Maybe things in our human features will change to be more robotic. At that point, then it's like, oh, I really do believe because I am now one with the machine. I am now part Terminator. But that's some science fiction in the far-flung future from my porch in the middle of Virginia. But what an interesting time to recognize some of these transitions, to see this. I'm hoping to make some more videos. I'm hoping to stream again, hopefully. I think the hardest part is a lot of these videos are mirrors of myself. Because, I mean, to me right now, I'm just talking to myself under some camera. And I've been struggling with loving myself and feeling comfortable being me and feeling like I can do things. Really been a struggle. This isn't a cry for help. I'm just relating to anyone else who's been struggling too. And I know I don't have to be perfect. I know I can still do things even if I feel like crap. But there's certain things in the back of my head that just keep popping up. And I know people would call them doubts, but I almost feel like they're echoes. Like echoes of not maybe regret, maybe just forethought, afterthought, foreshadowing. And I just feel like I'm having a hard time connecting in the present. Like right now, just sitting here talking to you. I'm having to talk to myself to kind of rationalize it. I feel like I'm disassociating a bit Um, and it's making it difficult for me to feel like I belong. I mean, if you're having a hard time connecting to things, how are you going to feel like a sense of, okay, I'm where I'm supposed to be? This is where things are how things are supposed to happen. I guess there's a part of me that's wondering if I belong somewhere else, or I need to, there's somewhere else I need to go. I don't know, but it could just be part of me is afraid. Is afraid. Every time I've tried to settle down or to try to have a happy life, something always happens. And it's like I'm waiting for the bombs to go off, waiting for the sky to turn red. I play in a game. No, I don't just all host games now. I do play in one. And one of the players in the game said something about having a thing against weak-willed men. And I thought to myself, what is a weak-willed man? What does that even mean? You know what I mean? It's already so difficult to live in this life. It's already so difficult to find happiness. If you're making it one more day, you may be the strongest willed person, whatever gender, that ever lived. Because you're alive. And that means something. And it brought a lot of things, not just the person saying that, but that goes on to the next thing I would like to talk about. Is that one of the things I've noticed is I care a lot. I care a lot about the people in my life and the people that I associate with or the people I run games for. I just want good things to happen to them. You know, in a world like this, I want the best. I want the best for you. Whoever you are, if you're watching this, I want you to succeed. I want you to go outside and see the sun and smile. Because a thought came to me the other day. There's people that go out, that see the sunrise, they see sunsets, they see flowers, and they see things, and they don't smile. They're not happy. It doesn't make them happy. There's things that, just basic things, and it doesn't make them happy. I mean, it's so depressing. You don't have to be the epitome of masculinity or the epitome of femininity or the epitome of social expectations of social constructs of gender or identities of looking or being something that you're supposed to be labeled or fall under some category. It doesn't matter. None of that matters. What matters is that you wake up or you go outside or you do what you do and you can smile and you can sing a song and you can be happy and live a life that you love. Even if you feel like it's not here just yet, maybe you're a step closer. I think making this video is putting me a step closer. So I just want you to know that I'm rooting for you, whoever you are out there in the digital viral world, and that you're loved, and that you're beautiful, and that you're important. I know I'm just some dude on a porch somewhere, but the world needs more people like you, so don't give up. Don't ever give up. We need you. And I'll try to make some more videos. Try to remind you that you're not alone. I'm not perfect. You can tell I wear my flaws and emotions on my sleeve, just like the seasons. So I can't guarantee when it will be, but I'll try to make it before 2 years. But yeah, hang in there. I know you got this, and you're not alone. We got this. We're all in it together. We all are struggling. Just remember that to choose good. Choose good, because evil or the simple way out or taking something, it's going to be tempting. It's going to be very tempting to stoop to lower standards. Don't do that to yourself. Because one day, you're going to have to look yourself in the mirror. And I hope you can smile, right? I hope we all can smile. All right, well, I think I'll end it with that. And I hope you have a fantastic day. And I'll see you all next time in the next video. Bye, everyone.